In this video, we are going to discuss two of the most important React hooks. What are React hooks? React hooks allow us to add additional functionality to our React application. Today, we're going to discuss two of the most important hooks, which are useState and useEffect. Let's get into it. I'll start my application with dev. First of all, discussing why do we even need the state. So let's say like I have a variable here, let my button equal click me. Okay, I want the button text to come from the variable, which is this button. Let me declare it at the top and not inside the function. What I would do is just I will refer to this variable is by removing this and open and close curly bracket to go into the JavaScript, and I would say my button. If I go to my browser, and you would still see click me. But what if I click on this button and I want the text to change from click me to something else? That's where the use state comes in. And if I click on it, it should not refresh my browser also. So that's where the use state come in. How do we use the use state? Is by first of all we need to import it at the top. Add in comma use state. It's ready to use, and we usually use it right after where we declare our functional component, and there are two parameters to it. Even before that, let's say like we just call use state function and see in the browser what does it return. There will be two parameters, two elements of the array. Here they are expanded. The first one is just like undefined and the second one is function. So there are two elements of the arrays that get a return whenever we run the use state. And we can take those two values in array by destructuring them, and we can name it anything, doesn't really matter what you call it. I'm gonna say button text, and the second one is a function or a method. Built-in functions in the JavaScript are called methods. Set button text. Okay, now you would oftenly see the second element or the which is a method as set. If you see here count, you will see here set count. It's not like we are required to put in set before it. It's just a convention, because usually the second one allows us to modify the value of this one. And what is the value of the first one is whatever we define it here. So if I say 0 here, the value of button text is 0. If I put in array, I can put in array here, I can put in object, I can put in booleans, numbers, whatever I want. So now the value of the button text is 1, 2, 3, 4. If I see it, if I console log button text, you see that array, right? And we cannot say like if I want to say update its value like from 1 to 3 to I want to like add in 4 to it. I cannot like directly say like button text equal, instead of 1 2 3 make it 1 2 3 4. I cannot do that. It's throwing error as well. Like, so this is because of the const. We can try without const, but still it won't work. So that error is gone. But if we see in the browser, let me refresh. Let me correct myself. We can update its value. But the thing is, when we do it this way, the component doesn't re-render. So let's say like my button text, it is my button. When I click on it, this should let me make it click me, and instead of this one, click me modified. And in here it is click me. If I click on it, notice like there is no text got updated. Also the value got updated, but there is no re-render. So what is the advantage of set button text is, like when we use set button text, when it updates the value of button text, and it also re-renders this entire component in the browser as well. So when it re-renders the entire component, this button component specifically, it re-renders mean it doesn't refresh. Okay, it doesn't refresh the application. When it re-renders, it will update whatever the calculations are. So if I in here do it with the set button text, and set button is a method, so I have to use parentheses, and notice I click on it again. Click me set button text. In here I'm saying my button, which is this one. I had to say button text. Click on it, it's converts to click me modified. But even if I was putting it wrong, we can again test it back with button text. It's not gonna re-render. Click me, the value got updated, but it doesn't re-render. So okay, that was for the use state. There are so many use cases for this use states are. This is one of the use state, like you can update the values dynamically. We'll discuss more when we will move to the applications. But right now, let's discuss one more hook, which is even before moving to the next hook, let's discuss classical example of this use state, which is if I make an account, set count, use state, by default it is 0. Let me put in here count is whatever my state is, and whenever I will click on my button, I will update this state by incrementing it by 1. So every time I do count plus 1. So count is 0, click me, count is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is another use case. So every time I click on it, notice like web page is not refreshing, it's just like updating the state. That is what makes the React so fast. Like it doesn't refresh the entire web browser, and it just updates this specific component. Moving on to the next hook, which is, let me just clean it up a little. The next hook is useEffect. What is useEffect? useEffect is a hook that allows you to run some functionality whenever your component mounts in the browser. When I say component mounts into the browser, like whenever it loads into the browser. So this will run automatically whenever your component will mount in your browser. And how do we write it? So useEffect parentheses, and it accepts a callback, anonymous callback function inside of it, and that's what I'm making it inside here. And I can do like useEffect triggered. So whenever this component will mount into the browser, this will run, this useEffect will run. Let me refresh, this useEffect run. But right now you just see it only one time, but when you're working with the data, with the APIs, you will see it's a side effect as well. And what is a side effect? If you not put in these square brackets, this useEffect is gonna run forever. And when it runs forever, it will take in the entire memory of the browser, and ultimately your browser is gonna crash. This is called dependency array, which means it should run only one time. Okay, so useEffect triggered. And why you see it 2 times is because we are using React strict mode, which if you remember from main.jsx, it's because of we are using the strict mode. And when you will go to, right now it's in the development mode, prints out 2 times, so that is totally fine. But when it will be in the production mode, it will just work or run only one. That's totally fine. It's not like it's running 2 times. This is because of we are using a strict mode in development mode. So this is useEffect, and we can also like increase or add in more to the useEffect functionality by saying like every time we can pass in like here like count. So every time count gets increased or decreased, or like whenever its value gets modified, run this again. So now if you would see, like whenever I will click on this button, this useEffect is gonna run again. So we can like add in a dependency array. If we keep it empty, it's just gonna run only one time. But if we can pass in some variables, like whenever this change, this will run again. So that was it for this video. I hope you understood it. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a good time.